Hey there, my online family. I just wanted to reach out and touch back on a topic that I guess I touched on about a year ago, and there were lots of questions and concerns and so on. And it's on the topic of dating incarcerated men. And first and foremost, I want to say I'm not promoting dating incarcerated men. I'm not promoting not dating incarcerated men. But what I want women and I guess men to know, if you're dealing with someone that's incarcerated, number one, they're usually there for a reason. Yes, there are some people that are wrongfully incarcerated, but you want to really get to know a person, especially if you're dealing with the online dating sites or you're dealing with the pen pal sites and so on. And what I mean by really get to know a person, take your time. Don't allow anyone to rush you. One of the number one schemes is the money scheme. They want to rush you. Oh, I have this and that going on, and my family's going through this. My son's birthday. I need money to I want to be able to send to my son. Um, be mindful when you are giving up your finances. I'm not saying that it's not okay to help someone, but number one, how well do you know this person? Did you just meet this person? Do you know any of their family? How many times have they been incarcerated? These are things to really look into, um, especially when you're dealing with, and I want to say men, but even women that are habitual criminals or falsely accused or whatever they may categorize it. But someone that has been to jail or prison multiple times, you have to really step back and say why. A lot of times we as women, we let the world put on our shoulders that, oh, you should be married by a certain time. Oh, you should have kids by a certain time, this and that and the other. And so sometimes we're willing to look past a lot of obvious red lights, and we're running through these red lights. And then that creates a Pandora's box of trauma. And if you have kids, then that can usually open up the box to not only hurting you, but hurting your kids. But getting back to the habitual criminals, first of all, if they're habitual, there's something, deeply rooted. Even if this is someone's first time, we all do make mistakes. And to be honest, when I look back over my younger years, um, I probably should be up under the jail. But thank God, he delivered me from that. And I was wise enough to, turn from, interacting with different people and turn from my ways, because it's all about choice. And getting back to the habitual criminals that have been to jail and prison many times, it starts at home. And this is why I say, how well do you know these people? How well do you know that family? And many people are, they end up in jail because they are stuffing down different trauma, stuffing down many issues, and they will either be easily influenced, or they could be the ringleader. It could be, something, such as, not enough food at home, lights being cut off, not a clean place to stay, or living from home to home. So, they may choose to go to the streets to, to get fast money and so on. Um, there are different reasons why people choose their crimes and so on. Um, Sometimes it's, drug issues and so on. But even stopping there, what usually entices people to do drugs? A lot of times they're running from something. They're wanting to numb that pain. And so this is why I highly encourage people to really take their time. It's okay to be a good person and to encourage someone, especially a family friend or a family member, or even could be your husband or wife that's incarcerated. It's okay to encourage them and give them encouraging words, and not to just turn your back on people, because it even says in the Bible, don't forget about the prisoners. But just know that sometimes the prison is a big university for how to become a better criminal. And then when we deal with that next level, that narcissist don't give a damn about nobody. It's all about themselves and what they can get for themselves. They don't have the capabilities to be able to empathize and be like, wait a minute, what I said, that hurt her. or what I did that hurt her. They don't have those capabilities. It's all about what I want and and I want it now, and I don't care what you go through or what you have to do it. My other topic that I want to touch bases on is, that gay for the stay. Some of us may be into, multiple partners and, um, different sexual preferences and so on. And that is your personal preference. What I would encourage you to think about is what really is your preference. What are deal breakers for you? If you're um, dating or you're becoming a pen pal, it's increasing to a different level. Do you know it? Other people that may be incarcerated with the person or know someone that may be able to tell you if they are participating in extracurricular activities, if you get my drift. Are you okay with dating a man or a man that maybe you've been married to and he's gay for the stay? Are you okay with that? And one of the signs to look for when you're dealing with these gay for the stay, these narcissists, they're highly homophobic. They always have negative things to say about people that are homosexual or bisexual or whatever their sexual preference is outside of being a heterosexual. But it's like really thrown on very thick. That is a red flag right there, because they will usually try to throw you off, and that's falling up under that category of that narcissist. I'm not a psychiatrist. I'm not a psychologist. None of the above. I am a life coach. However, I have interacted with narcissists, and most of the things that I share on my videos, it's from either personal experience in my life or personal interactions with either family, friends, or clients. I do not share names or break confidentiality, but from my own personal view and different things that I've been through and have overcome by the grace of God is, something I want to share. I want to be that, playbook for the person that may have encountered and need to overcome, or you're just at the onset of it. So I want to be that inspiration and let you know that there are signs to look out for, and you can overcome. My nonprofit that I am revamping right now is called Life Beyond Trauma .support. So it's Beyond Trauma .support is where you can get more information. Please keep in mind that it is in the transformation period. So it's at the beginning stages of being transformed. So it's not complete, but we are getting there, and we do appreciate your comments, your questions, and any kind remarks. We're not a place that wants to breed negativity. So on that note, as it relates to this video, please, if you think this has been helpful to you or may be helpful to someone that please share it. Share it on your social media, share it through your text, share it through email, and most importantly, like it. And I truly look forward to the comments. Those are very important. That helps me decide on what content that you want to hear about, not what I think. I'm here to help others and to uplift our community. There is life beyond trauma. I am a breast cancer survivor, all thanks to God and my village, because it takes a village. But when I back it up, I believe that, breast cancer came upon me because of the negative and toxic people that were in my life, because of the narcissistic, abusive relationship that I was in. And it can culminate to an illness such as cancer, because your body's trying to fight off these different things. I do suffer from PTSD, so I do have those anxiety attacks. I have overcome adrenal fatigue. So I'm saying all this to say is I've been through some stuff, but I'm not looking for, I'm not trying to invite you to a pity party. I'm here to say that you can overcome with prayer and with the right village. You take your time to build your village, you can overcome. But now getting back to dating these incarcerated men, many times, as I mentioned, there are issues within the home. You want to know about that home life. And many times, culturally it's not okay for people to seek mental health services. So they will try and numb themselves with, alcohol, with drugs, or if they've been sexually abused or tampered with, or even mentally, where, our young men will visit the barbershops, or they don't even have to visit the barbershop nowadays. Sometimes you turn on the radio or you turn on, a streaming system, you hear all this negativity. And don't get me wrong, I love hip hop. But as I get older, I'm just like, wow, look at how this can possibly frame a young mind. I'm not coming down on the artists, but I think we can spread the word without all of the vulgarity. And I think we can spread the word and have a more positive slant. Yes, there are pimps out there. Yes, there are hoes out there. But don't make it like it's okay for every interaction you have with a woman. Oh, she's not, this, or, she ain't, no. But some people, can be influenced by that. So as I was mentioning, it starts in the home. And a lot of these men, they have issues with their mothers. They have issues where they actually hate their mothers. So that is usually the first inspirational female in their life. So if they don't have the respect for that female, usually, how can they respect you? If, for example, maybe they had a mother that allowed a man or even their own biological father to touch them, or to go further than touch, that's still mentally and emotionally abuse, on top of the physical abuse or the sexual assault. And what if they didn't have a parent that was strong enough to advocate for them to do something about it? Because a lot of times women are fearful, because usually the man is the breadwinner. And so they will stay in different environments thinking that, because they've been led to believe that, oh, you can't make it on your own. So you have that type of man that is entering, even sometimes as a youth, entering into a juvenile environment, or entering from the juvenile environment, being poured into a adult environment that's full of predators. So if they haven't dealt with those issues at home, and then they go into these other environments where, there are situations of, of rape, there are situations of, if you don't know the environment, or you don't know how the rules are behind those walls. Say, for example, it's Halloween and another inmate puts a piece of candy on your bed. You may be, oh, it's okay, I got this candy, I can eat it. Not knowing that you take that candy, you eat that candy, it comes with, now you owe them sexual favors. So getting back to women dating these men, it's not all fun and games. I do like to watch Love After Lockup and so on. And sometimes that can be a little comical, but you have to read between the lines. And if you notice, a lot of the people are coming out, they still have addictions to alcohol, addictions to drugs, and, not able to properly handle finances and so on. So you have to ask yourself, okay, are you wanting to take that burden on? And it goes back to, how well do you know this person? How well do you know that family? Then there's the other layer. Are they on any medication? Are they seeing, mental health specialists and so on in there? And say, for example, they are, and they share that with you. Then they, oh, I don't need that medicine. That medicine makes me feel like this. Then you start to see all these other different behaviors. I'm not saying that medicine is the answer to it all, because not, as we know, most medication do come with side effects. But those are other red flags. You want to know, okay, well, why are you taking this medication? Does this help you? What has been prior to you being on medication? What have been some of your incidents, or what have been some of your, extreme issues and so on? And you're looking for honesty. And a lot of times that is the first thing that is lacking, because number one, especially dealing with the habitual criminals, that is a part of their, that's a part of their stilo. Hey, you lie about everything, and a lot of times they build up this wall and don't let anyone in. And it's like, I'll just tell you whatever you want to hear because I have my motive. You have those that, are dealing with not only, gay for the stay, um, but they are dealing with other women and possibly men that are, visiting, that are writing, that are sending funds, and you're just someone, just a pawn. You're just someone that is either filling up their time, with something to do, or you're just someone that they can possibly manipulate. So again, I'm not, encouraging or discouraging. What I'm saying is take your times, especially ladies. We know that there are some challenges with, dating men in this current environment. And it's because, in my opinion, again, this is my opinion, I don't get it wrong. I'm not some, religious scholar, far from. I am a sinner. But I think we've gotten away from the word. I think we've gotten away from, having that in our schools. We've gotten away from, even monitoring our own kids, having meals on a consistent level just to see where your kids are at, where their mindsets are, who's influencing them, who are they interacting with. So getting back to these men, these are the men that are entering these prisons or these jails and these prisons and so on. These are the men that are on these websites, have the nice, cute, buff photos and all this. And you're like, oh, you're mesmerized. But you want to peel back those layers just like an onion. You want to get to that core. And if you find that they become defensive, another red flag. For no reason, you're just asking questions, just wanting to get to know, defensive, another red flag. So on that note, what I highly encourage many to do is learn to be whole within yourself. If you're coming out of a relationship, take at least 1 year off to really get reacquainted with you. Make that list of those things you don't want. Make that list of those things that you do want in your life. And you speak that on the daily. If you see yourself on the beach, traveling with a very nice, well-groomed, mentally sane, family-oriented, God-loving first man, you profess that every day. Oh, I have, and you have to put those affirmations. I have this, man. I have a healthy relationship. And when you take your time and don't rush into things and don't let the world put dictations on your life, you will be able to, have that discernment. You'll have those gut feelings, which is really the Holy Spirit telling you, hey, this fella ain't right. You need to step back from this dude. You need to give him 50 feet. But many times we tend to have those red flags come up and we're like, oh, like for me, for example, I was, would be dealing with people that I knew initially my instinct, like, something ain't right. But the first thing in my mind, oh, Veronica, you're just being negative. You need to give people a chance. No, I needed to investigate those feelings and take my time and step back and let time reveal. So on that note, all I'm saying is really take your time, number one. Get to know that family because as they say, the fruit don't fall far from the tree. And if that tree is raggedy and needs more than pruning, it needs to be dug up and destroyed, you want to step back from that tree. If this person is in and out of jail and prison, this is a consistent thing and it's always somebody else's fault. They're not being accountable. They're not actively changing, wanting to change their life. Number one, you can't change them. Their mama couldn't change them. Their daddy couldn't change them. God gives us the freedom of choice. So that is between that person and God. That is when you remove yourself and work on yourself. And know your worth. Know that you were created and put on this earth for a reason. You have a gift to this world. Don't waste it on clowns. Because that's what most of them dudes are. They are clowns wearing crowns. So they come to you like, oh, I'm your king and you're my queen. And if you were able to intercept their mail, they got 25 other queens writing them. So on that note, be mindful, take your time, look deep before you leap, as Judge Maybelline used to say, and be mindful. And it's okay to, take your time, even, with a trusted person. I mean, trusted. You can't go and discuss everything with everybody. If you have someone you can trust to speak with about that, you have concerns, reach out to that person and just let them know, I want your honest opinion. And if you don't have that person, please reach out. I am a life coach. I do provide services on a donation basis. So on that note, I do not turn down anyone, and you don't have to have a certain amount of money to be able to have a session or more with me. I am here to help, and I'm here to share my experience and hopefully make this world a better place, as we are navigating some very troubled waters, and we do need to speak and build our village. We can't interact and just conquer the world on our own. A lot of us have, oh, I'm a woman, I don't need a man. No, you don't need a man. That is very true. However, if you are wanting to have a man in your life, you want to have the right man in your life. So on that note, be blessed, be a blessing to others, and thank you so much. And again, please like, share, and comment. I truly look forward to the comments, and be a blessing to others. And bye for now.